So I feel like whenever your pitching is strong, that's the kind of stuff that can get you to the postseason and realistically give you a chance in the postseason.
I think he goes to a wild card competitive team. I could only see realistically 2 teams he could go to. I don't want the platoon DH for when the lefty's throwing, you bring in this guy, and when the righty's throwing, you bring in this guy. I want, no matter who's on the mound, I want him to be the DH.
If I look where their weaknesses is right now, the weaknesses are the biggest place they're struggling at is offense. You don't need to replace anybody on offense, and bullpen. And their bullpen has not only been hurt, it's been atrocious.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Play by Play podcast. We did promise more recent uploads, and we went MIA again for 3 weeks. That'll happen. Life happens. But we do also have the MLB deadline coming up next week. Next week. So we're going to spend today kind of going through some stuff because there's no guarantee we're going to be uploading next week. We're going to go through some stuff. We're going to try. We're going to go through some scenarios, do some buy-sell talk, and then just kind of go through what's happened in baseball over the past few days, and then also since we uploaded about a year and a half ago. So
That part.
We're going to go ahead and start with, we got some fringe teams. It happens sometimes, but I feel like it's more this year. I feel like there's more teams in the buying mode this year, and maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like the teams that would be in sell mode, except for a few, kind of almost have nothing to sell. I'll give a few examples, like the Rockies don't have much to sell because they're not going to sell Tovar, and they're not going to sell Doyle, and they're not going to sell Goodman. They're not going to sell those guys.
Yeah.
The Pirates have already said they're not going to sell Skeens. I could see like an O'Neill Cruz, I guess, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. There's a couple,
So I guess I'll put it off to you guys here real quick. Some teams that you would be surprised being buyers, or just a team that you think is, because obviously you got the Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, whatever, they're going to buy.
Yeah.
But some teams that you might be some surprise buyers and some surprise sellers, maybe. Who do you think, AJ?
I think a surprise buyer I can see only because I guess the American League is just weak. So I feel like a lot of our answers are going to probably be American League based. But I can see Kansas City. Not going to say that they're going to go out, but just given the situation where, I know we were looking it up a little bit before, but I mean, the Tigers have lost the last 9 of 10 games.
Yeah.
That's kind of absurd.
Wow.
And not to say that they're still 10 games back. But like I said, the American League is kind of muddled, where I think all the top teams are sitting, at 60 wins. So it's not far off from where they're at, kind of like in the middle to the top. Mm-hmm. So I can see the Royals.
It is, I kind of just to bounce off that. The other thing with the Royals is I feel like their offense has so many like star players on it that they could be one bat away or one arm away from, and maybe not winning the division because the Tigers, like you said, are still 10 games up. But the wild card for both divisions feels so wide open.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it hard this year. And that kind of changed when they went to the 12-man playoff, is that there are a ton of teams that maybe if you went into the deadline at 500, you were probably going to be a seller. Now there's teams that are below 500 that are only like 4 games back, like the Royals. The Royals are below 500. They're only 4.5 back. You have Bobby Witt. You have Salvador Perez. You have Maikel Garcia. You have Vinny, the Pasquatch, right? So they 100%. They could be buyers here.
All right. What do you think they'd get? Like, would they look to turn for like an outfielder or something like that? Could you see like a center fielder? Because you did just name a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the Royals, they're all infielders.
Yeah.
And also to round out that infield is Jonathan India, who's not. He's good. You're not. Yeah. You're not going to fill. He's going to plug the hole. You don't need to get a guy at second base, I guess. So I guess my next question would be, it'd probably definitely be outfield or pitching. It could be pitching, but who is someone that you guys think?
Everybody could use pitching, but they have a solid rotation. They have Bubic, who's been a surprise kind of the year. Seth Lugo has just been a top-end starter for them.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm pretty sure they should be getting Cole Reagans back this year.
That would be my question.
That's the only thing. I know he got moved to the 60-day IL a while back, so I don't know if he's coming back this year, if he's done for the year.
Yeah, but he's been out since like mid-April.
Yeah, he's been out for a long time.
But he got moved to 60 recently, though, right?
I
Like
can't remember when he got
within the
moved.
last
I know
month?
he got moved.
I'm sure that had to do with him being out already, the 40, 50 or whatever it was.
That being
So-
said, they did just bring up Rich Hill, so clearly like
it goes.
they're still trying, right? They're still
Yeah.
trying to put arms in there. Definitely, I think if you want to bat, it has to be the outfield.
Yeah, for sure.
Their outfield that they're starting is pretty subpar. I mean, I'm looking at their lineup today. You have Jack Aglione, who is probably their best outfielder. He's hitting $150.
Gotta
Right.
send him back down.
So but then you run into the problem of who are the outfielders available. O'Neal Cruz, I guess, technically plays center field. Do they want to go out and get somebody who's not proven, especially if you're not in a position to take a risk, right? They
Yeah.
have to get somebody who's guaranteed. So it will be interesting to see who they would get, but outfielder for sure.
Well, because you argue pitching, we were talking about it before this, someone like Griffin Jacks is
Yeah.
available, but then you run into the problem is there's only a half game that separates the Royals and the Twins. Other Twins are really going to sell to
Yeah.
a division rival. And I don't even know if this is Griffin Jacks' contract year. Or
It's not. I
how
think he's
it's
got a
going.
couple more years
Exactly.
under
So you're
control.
going to trade a guy and that
Yeah.
where the Royals can have control for a few
Yeah.
years.
Well, speaking of outfield that could bounce into another team, Taylor Ward would be a huge. I mean, he's probably a top outfield commodity.
But the Angels are going to buy.
So
So-
let's get AJ's thoughts on this. Angels are another team. I think they're only one
20
game
higher.
back of the Royals, so they're around the same record as the Royals.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like they're kind of in a worse off position than the Royals are. So
yeah, I
I
just
don't
feel
know.
like they're obviously they don't have the thumpers that the Angels have, but I just feel like when you have a guy like Bobby Witt who's just such a superstar, it makes that gap feel so much bigger. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Zach Neto is incredible. I'm an Angels fan. I love him. But then you have like their rotation is leaps and bounds better than the Angels. Like, it's not even close. So I feel like whenever your pitching is strong, that's the kind of stuff that can get you to the postseason and realistically give you a chance in the
Yeah, I was about to say
postseason.
when you.
Like, yeah, if you looked at the Angels, and I know you joke and you say that they're gonna
I don't
buy,
joke, baby. They're going to buy.
and it's like after Kikuchi, who the hell would you even trust in a game two? I don't know.
nobody.
Nobody. So that's
why
for
you
me.
buy another start.
I forgot to give Noah Cameron a shout out on
Okay,
their
Noah
Royals. I was
Cameron.
looking at their stuff. But yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like those situations are just so different, and it's even tough for me that I know we were bagging on the Yankees just before we jumped on, but like I look at them and it's like they're playing bad baseball, and it's like Max Fried has been awesome, you know. And even Carlos Rodon, who's been having a really solid year compared to some of the rough seasons he had prior, and it's like. I feel like when one thing's clicking for the Yankees, it's like then they can't hit. And when they're hitting a little bit, then their pitching can't hold up. So it's like, and I know that's a very easy thing to say, but like, I don't know, for a team like the Yankees, it feels so apparent that like, it's not like they're just kind of sluggish. It's like they're bad, like really bad at one of the two things. So
You're seeing if the Angels sell, you could see someone like Ward or Kikuchi going to.
I could definitely see
Yankees?
Ward, just because me and Cody were talking about it. He's fourth in the American League in RBIs, and a team like the Royals, who, I'll be honest, I don't know who's leading their team in RBIs right now. Like what? Maybe Vinny.
It's probably Sal. I'm just
If I
trying
had
to
think of
guess
a guy
probably
in the
Sal.
middle.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't think Bobby because he's hitting at the top. But it's like
Fair.
I feel like you inject a guy with 76 RBIs, fourth in the American League.
Sal is leading, and then Vinny's
how much
only
is-
one.
and how much
Sal's
is-
at 62, and then Vinny's at 61.
I mean,
which
14 RBIs with bad pitching stuff makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it would be in the outfield where we said that's their weakest position. So they were linked to him in the offseason going into this year. And that would be interesting where his numbers I feel like have held up or gotten better than probably you would have expected. So who knows? Maybe that is a potential fit.
All right, for my team, I'm going to go, I guess, a little boring because they're division leader. They did just take the division kind of by storm by owning the Yankees. Owning the Yankees. With
Tough
the,
one for me.
with the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
They are a little tough because they're pretty strong almost everywhere.
Yeah.
The only thing I think about is in the postseason, I don't really know if I am a big fan of Kevin Gossman at all.
Well, I mean,
I
that's-
have Bassett, who's this Bassett's been unbelievable.
yeah. And for a year, I guess you can
But-
ride them until the wheels fall off.
Well, the wheels. I'm not even gonna say the wheels fall off, but they have a strong team. Like
Yeah.
in
in the field. I could see them adding another starter. And if I'm gonna hop off of the joking wagon, he played for Toronto at some point, right? Kikuchi.
Yeah, he
Last year he
Last
played
year.
and he sucked.
I would say technically he had his worst years with Toronto.
And then they
So do you-
traded him
do you
to the
bring him back?
Astros.
Where
and
he's
the
really good.
And the Astros were like, hey, throw a slider. And then he was like top
So do you
10
think
pitcher.
Toronto-
Man,
He had like
Yeah,
a 2.6 ERA for
Yeah,
the rest of the year.
So this, what I was gonna say is, do you think that Toronto recognizes that to go deep in the playoffs, which now it looks like they're almost inevitably going to
Yeah,
be?
I mean,
do they
same
go and get someone like Kikuchi?
Here's an interesting person they can get. Just while we're speaking of teams, they can get somebody like Mitch Keller.
yeah,
Mitch
that's
Keller,
a sexy name right now.
he's becoming a hot commodity. He's having his best season of his career. I'm pretty sure he's got a couple years of control because he signed a pretty big contract with the Pirates. So that's hey, we can build off this type trade. So
Yeah.
maybe somebody like Mitch Keller would be
Does
huge
Kikuchi
for
only
the
1
Blue
year?
Jays.
No, he's signed for
he's
2 more
more
years.
control.
Kikuchi has control too.
I feel like a
Um,
good fit for them would kind of be like a Zach Gallen.
Zach
where,
Gallen
like,
would be good.
He's not pitching good this year,
Yeah.
but it's like that's a veteran guy who's obviously pitched in a hitter's ballpark.
He's pitching
He's
a World
in
Series.
also
pitching a World Series.
Pitching a World Series
And,
too.
I mean, I feel like that's a perfect kind of veteran leadership that I feel like you can bang on the upside just because his track record proves that. And I feel like it wouldn't cost you, the world.
It would definitely cost you less than a Mitch Keller,
Yeah,
probably.
But do you
Kikuchi,
think
yeah.
that the Diamondbacks? I know the Diamondbacks. Obviously, they're not going to make the postseason this year.
Yeah,
But do you think the Diamondbacks are? Well, I guess who knows. But as sitting right now, it's very unlikely.
Right.
So do you think the Diamondbacks would sell a bunch of these guys? I mean, they obviously went all in before this year, and they're in a very tough division because you have the Dodgers and you have the Padres, and then now the Giants are really good again, or good again. So is it where the Diamondbacks sit back and they're like, all right, we gotta, sell some guys, get rid of some guys, or is this where you just kind of punt the year, get back Corbin, and then be like, let's give it a run again next year?
It feels like they're going to be sellers. There's too many rumors, and I know everything that pops up, especially with Suarez, is like,
Well, I think Suarez.
hey,
I think it's a contract. year,
if
right?
it comes up, we'll be sellers. Hey, he's out there. You're not going to keep saying that if you're not going to be sellers. They're throwing that out there, hoping, hey, if I set it out a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance, more teams are going to reach out. And they have Suarez, they have Gallen, they have Josh Naylor's been going crazy. I think he's on a 1 year.
He's not more talked about.
Josh
personally.
Naylor should be more talked about. He was hitting 300 almost the entire year. I
A
think
lefty bat that can
Yeah.
hit in the middle of the order.
So sorry to cut you off. The Diamondbacks have probably the most assets to give away.
Absolutely.
So they would
Absolutely.
be somebody for sure that should be they're going to be rebuilding.
Speaking of returns, I was thinking about it when you said Josh Naylor. I was thinking about, first of all, Josh Naylor in pinstripes with that short porch.
The problem with Yankees is I think any lefty that goes there is going to be a god.
Yeah, I know. But
And normally it works.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so that'd be nice. I was thinking about the good teams that need first basemen, right? So the Mets are pretty safe. The Phillies are safe. The Dodgers are safe.
Yeah.
Mets are safe.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear.
Toronto's safe.
Vladdy. Yeah.
Who else is there? Toronto's safe.
He's kind of
Detroit-
like a perfect fit,
Spencer
though,
Torkelson.
theoretically.
Spencer Torkelson plays first for them, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He's having a good year. I don't know if he's having a bad enough year to where you have to go out and get like someone like Josh.
I
Naylor.
wouldn't say that's the case.
And then Houston, you gave Christian Walker a lot of money, and there's no way you go
Nah.
and get Josh Naylor.
That's
But
not
this is
their-
what I was thinking.
That's not their DNA.
This is what I was thinking. I think he goes to a wild card competitive team. I could only see realistically 2 teams he could go to.
I have a team in mind, so I want to hear
So
the team
I
first.
want. I could see the Yankees, like I said.
Right.
I could see the Yankees, and then I could see the return, and Josh Naylor go back to Petco
Oh, wow. I didn't think
because
about that.
they don't have a first baseman either. I mean, I guess technically Arise plays first base.
Yeah. Yeah.
But would you rather have Luis Arise slide over to second? Because I think Cronenworth plays a lot of first
I
base for
don't,
them too.
yeah. I don't
And
need
then
to trust
have
with
a
deep
power
It's a
bat.
very
But
unsexy
With Josh Naylor.
right side.
No.
That's what I'm saying
Yeah.
though. Is like, would you rather have that, and then you could just have Josh Naylor DH too? I'm not exactly sure who DH is for the Padres, but I'm assuming it's not someone that can hit the ball like Josh Naylor.
I mean, there's really only like a very select few guys. Like, if we're talking Jordan, when Rafi was a DH, and Shohei. I mean, those are guys that really are unseatable. Yeah. Obviously, he got traded, but those are guys that, I mean, other than that, I would say almost any DH is kind of interchangeable.
Well, so you know who's actually been doing a lot of the DHing, because it just reminded me looking at today's lineup. The person that's been doing a lot of DHing for the Padres is Luis Rojas.
Yeah, I mean,
So there you go.
All right. Well, let me tell you where the best fit for Naylor's going to be.
let's see if we
That's Seattle Mariners.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to read you who Seattle Mariners first baseman are right now? on
Well,
their
yeah,
depth chart?
but then the thing I always
Rowdy.
the re-
Donovan Solano and Luke Raley. That's a team that's trying to catch up to the Astros. That's looking like they're going to be a wild card team. That has a ton of momentum, a ton of hype around their big names. Probably best pitching staff in baseball. That's a great fit. That's a great fit for
it
that
is.
is Josh Naylor.
but like the problem that I have is the only reason I didn't say like someone like the Mariners is because I personally don't see the Mariners making
Pony.
big moves. you know what I'm
they
saying?
have the prospects.
They definitely do,
We were
but
looking at the prospect list earlier. They have a ton
But the
of it.
Mariners, but I just don't feel like the Mariners are the team to fork over 2 or 3 prospects or
Now's the
2
time
prospects
for now.
Now's the
for a
time.
Naylor.
You're probably right.
But like
Right,
I
yeah.
went, so that's why I went with save from when I mean the Padres have done terrible business the past few years.
They are
Somehow-
more likely to trade.
Somehow still good.
Yeah.
Like the Padres are still good, even doing
They draft
some of
and
the
scout
worst-
incredibly.
yeah. But then they all trade them away for good players, but they keep those players. Sometimes you don't keep Soto, but whatever.
You just
But
turn
that's
around
why
and
like I was
lose.
just thinking of teams that would pony up. Like the Yankees, they have to do something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is with how much heat has been on Aaron Boone for quite a few years. He kind of got rid of the heat because you could say, "Oh, we went to the World Series and then we lost to a really good Dodgers team."
Yeah.
But this year you might not win the division, so you go into the
No.
wild card, and if it's an early wild card exit for the Yankees,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it could be Aaron Boone's gone.
Yeah.
So I could see them, and maybe even the GM too, which you.
See it. He's been there since what?
I think
09?
Mike's been there for a long
It's
time.
something like
That's
that.
crazy.
But you could think both of them leave or are gone, so you could see like an all-out move. You know what I'm saying? Shit, let's trade some prospects. We're not going to be here to see them if it doesn't go well, and if it goes well, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like if James Wood and Mackenzie Gore and CJ Abrams all went to the Nationals and the Padres kept Soto,
Yeah.
you wouldn't see it as bad as a deal. But it's the fact that they only had Soto for a year and a half that everybody's
Yeah.
like, this is one of the worst trades we're going to see in a
I
long
mean, they
time.
did get Michael King back, which is not nothing.
Yeah, he's good too. He's
So-
been good.
Yeah.
But I feel like my team that I would kind of see him on, it's one of those things where I just don't see them making that kind of splash. I can see him on the Brewers.
Yeah, they've been
I
good.
feel like
too.
that's a
They've been
really good team
flat.
where that's a kind of perfect
Yeah.
bat that would slot right in with that kind of quick team where, I mean, dude, they
Yeah.
got guys that I feel like Bryce Turang, freaking Caleb Durbin, Jackson Churio. It's
I
like,
was gonna say,
all
he
these
kinda-
quick
he
guys.
feels
They
like
don't
he
hit home
kinda-
runs either.
Yeah,
he kind of
exactly.
matches their energy though too. Like
Yeah.
he's a very energetic player, so
Yeah.
I could see that too. I like that pick,
And homer wise, I would
and he would give them the power they need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
homer wise for a playoff push. I would say I wouldn't mind him with the Mets,
Oh, of course.
only because the Mets have always battled with this DH, even though they've been good. I mean, their DH last year was JD Martinez. That didn't go as well as people
Yeah.
thought. They've been battling with it. The sitting DH has been a mixture between Marte, Vientos, now that he's healthy, some Beatty, and then they mix in like Nimmo every once in a while when they give Nimmo a day off.
Yeah.
But Alonso's never the DH because he always plays in the field. So I feel like if you get, I just want, and I know a lot of teams don't do this, and I think it's kind of annoying. I just want a DH. I don't want the platoon DH for when the lefty's throwing, you bring in this guy, and
The
when the
rest
right's
day.
throwing,
Sure.
bring in this guy. I want, no matter who's on the mound, I want him to be the DH. That's why I just want the and I understand there's like 4 out there.
Yeah.
But, I personally just I think Josh Naylor could be something like that. I have to look at his numbers against lefties, but even if he's hitting like 220 against lefties,
Yeah.
he could also leave the yard.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask one more question before we move on.
Okay.
Do you think the Dodgers make a move? And if so, who is it for?
Okay. So actually, that should lead into our next thing.
Yeah, I was going to
'cause,
segue into that.
the next thing we kind of want to talk about, we all are fans of different teams, which is very nice. So let's talk about the dream move, our ideal move
Right.
that our favorite team's going to make. So I'll go first to bounce on Brian's question because I'm a huge Dodger fan and they are in shambles. Right. That being said, if I look where their weaknesses is right now, the weaknesses are the biggest place they're struggling at is offense. You don't need to replace anybody on offense, and bullpen. And their bullpen has not only been hurt, it's been atrocious. You don't have Trinan. You just lost Scott. Kirby Yates came in today and walked 3 straight guys and they had to pull him. Like the bullpen has been horrible. So for me, a dream move, if in ideal world, I'm going to give two. My ideal trade, Johan Duran.
Oh, it looks like you got
you just played the Twins, right? So that I'm sure they were talking to each other. They just played the Twins. It would be huge for the bullpen. There's other arms out there that maybe you could get like in Helsley if the Cardinals start falling enough, right? Another person that for me as a Dodger fan that I would love would be a Jansen reunion. Because Jansen's proven that, hey, he can close, and the Dodgers haven't had a solid closer. Tanner Scott, when he pitched, had like 9 blown saves this
It's
year.
not sexy, but in Jansen will get you the save.
Jansen will get us a save.
If the Dodger fans will hate it if he blows
So
a wide.
my
That's
dream,
true.
my dream that they would do is get somebody like Duran. That's plan A. And I think that would make me feel so much more comfortable. Because what they've been missing all year is a closer that can come in and make you feel comfortable. That has not happened for this team. And I know our starting pitching has been terrible, but Blake Snell's gonna come back. We just got Tyler Glasnow back, who today, when we filmed this, had a 7-inning, 12 strikeout game. Right? Kershaw, even though he's old, he's gonna finish the year around like a mid-3 ERA, which I would gladly take that. Yamamoto's been hit and miss. He's coming off a couple of good starts. The issue is the back end of that bullpen. There's nobody that has come in this year and been like, I trust him. So I took your guy. Do you want to talk about what you want the Mets to do?
Well, so fortunately, I got a few guys. Yeah. Okay.
And this is the dream move. I kind of want to come back to earth with
Yes.
like a realistic move
Yeah.
after, but this
So-
is the dream move.
So
Oni, what you got?
my dream move
Right.
is to bring the Sweet Prince home, but the Texas Rangers are a little too good. All right, that's just how it is.
That's fair.
I would have, if me before the season traveled in time
Yeah.
to this point without knowing how the baseball season went, I shoot myself in the head
What are you
for saying
saying?
this. For saying this,
Oh, okay.
because coming off the year that he had and the postseason that he had, I think trading for another third baseman would have been the stupidest thing of all time.
Yeah.
But this does kind of solve the problem because I think if you move someone like Mark Vientos to DH all the time, you'd at least get a guy that can be DH all the time. Personally, I think the Mets should get Eugenio Suarez.
Interesting.
Because this is kind of what I'm going at here. The Mets kind of did a little bit of a lineup shift a few weeks ago, and Lindor's no longer leading off again. It moves the lineup a little bit more deep, in my opinion. Nimmo leads off. Lindor hits second. Soto, Alonso. So my thing is the lineup would look a whole lot deeper if you had 39 home runs hitting fifth.
Yeah.
Well, and I understand Arizona, it's a little bit easier to hit the ball. Citi Field is one of the harder places to hit a home run.
Mhm.
But with how hard he hits the ball, those home runs are still going to hit off the ball. It's not like these are going to be camped under,
Yeah.
routine fly balls or anything like that.
We're looking at you Yankees.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
I guess the only other thing I'd want, I'll have two dreams.
Okay.
Two dreams, if that's all right. Besides any bullpen, the Mets do need bullpen, but I'm not going to go with Duran because it's hard for me to say Duran because they have Diaz. And then you'd have to be like, oh, are you going to move Duran to the eighth inning? There might be a problem there or whatever. I'll go with another Duran. I'll take Jaron Duran.
Okay.
I know that they said that they're going to keep all their. I know that the Red Sox said they're going to keep all their outfielders.
Of course they're gonna say that.
But it's a dream for me to have someone like Jaron Duran because the Mets center field, Tyrone Taylor can go and get it. He can play unbelievable defensive center field, but he's hitting 220 and there's no power from that area and there's no runs driven in from that area.
Yeah.
And is Duran someone you could, I don't know if Lindor would want to move to the third spot, but is Duran someone you'd move to hit second? Lindor hits third, Soto hits fourth, and then Alonso. Now you still have someone that has a lot of power and is driven in 80, whatever guys already hitting fifth. I don't know. Or if you'd move Duran to after Alonso, I'm not sure, but he had speed. He has a little bit more speed than Taylor. You're not going to fall out defensively. He's can cover ground in center field.
Yes.
Yeah,
In center,
He
he's
can cover
a lot
ground
better.
center. Well, that's the nice thing is he'd only play center because you have Nimmo and Soto.
Yeah.
He can cover ground in center, and I think it's just more consistency. I think you.
I swear I've seen Jeff McNeil's played center field this year, right? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Hey, by the way, he's actually
That's
been
crazy.
nominated.
Yeah. So I do
he's
like that idea of
so-
Duran.
yeah. It's between McNeil and Taylor right now, kind of because Jose Siri broke his leg.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't hated McNeil in center field. He's made some really good plays. Now I don't know how the defensive metrics look, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know, when it comes playoff time, you're still going to want McNeil's experience in the lineup. And I think it's just deeper if you have someone like McNeil play second base instead of like Ronnie Mauricio
Yeah.
or Brett Beatty. And then you have someone like Duran in center. That'd be my dream move. My absolute dream
I like
move
that one
is,
for you. I like the Mets.
my absolute dream one is for Jake to come back.
Of course, but oh yeah.
I need the Texas Rangers to lose like how many days until the All-Star or to the trade
I mean,
deadline?
dude,
I need them to lose all of them.
Six.
You say that, but it's
6
not like they're
days.
very good anyway. They have 53 wins.
Well, I know, but they're only a game and a half out of the wild card.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And I feel like that team can go.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
like I
That might
almost
be a
feel like
different
that team can
discussion. I don't know. Their inconsistencies are crazy.
Yeah.
go. All right, in a perfect world,
Mm-hmm.
don't give me
Yeah, this one's gonna be interesting because
Yeah,
we
don't
might
give
not
me
have
a-
a buyer's attitude here.
yeah. Come on, give me what you want the Angels to do.
I've been screaming this for.
Don't worry about
what-
return package, by the way, because you can't guess. Like,
Yeah, of course. And it may not be just like a dream move, but just for lineup configuration, the Angels need some lefties. Some lefties. It drives me nuts that, dude, I look at their lineup, righty, or righty, Nolan Chanwell, righty.
And then Rinky Fo switch at 9.
At 9. And I'm like, dude, get some lefties in here. Like, and it's not even like, oh, it's old school and stuff like that. It just, I don't know. It's just something about having an insanely righty team that it's not that it gives them more depth, but it's just, I don't know. It just makes more sense to have lefties in there. And I feel like the team would just look better if, let's say, ideally Taylor Ward were to get a good package back for the Angels. It would have been nice to have Mickey Moniak, who's balling out for the Rockies, in left field or something like that. But I don't know. I look at the Angels and their lack of lefty bats. Like, even when you go and get something in the offseason, you get Jorge Soler. It's like it's all righties.
they got a lot of lefties in their pen though. They kept spitting out lefties against the Mets. Dude, I was like, how many fucking lefties do they have?
I don't know. So it's not necessarily a dream move. I feel like the lineup would look so much better if it just had a couple more lefties in it. I don't know. Baseball makes more sense when you have a pretty even lineup of guys like that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not really a certain move, but I guess for an organizational move to have some damn lefties in the lineup.
So you'd like to see that lefties in a return package?
I was about to say it makes sense why he
Yeah.
really wanted Dalton Rushing.
Yeah.
There
It's
you
a
go.
lefty bat.
But yeah, just I don't know, something like, is that a crazy thing to say?
No,
Like, I know it doesn't
it's
make a
not.
ton of sense,
It's something I never thought of until you just brought it up.
but
You're right.
like,
It's
dude, you just look at the
yeah.
Angels and it's literally all righties. Like, I was happy that they got Lamont Wade, who sucks.
And I was
Strictly because
just
he's
about
a
to say
lefty.
the lefty they got was Lamont Wade, who is
And I'm
not
like-
helping your team in any way.
I'm like, I was so happy.
I mean, I can go stand on the left side of the plate if they need me to. That.
dude, it's rough. It's rough.
Ooh,
So
down
yeah.
a ball if I shin lefty right now would be horrible. Oh my!
So I don't know. I guess that's my dream. I guess organizational.
So, but as an organization, you'd like
Standpoint.
to see some lefties in return for like someone like Ward or Kikuchi or
Yeah,
Jansen, not you go out there and buy a lefty.
Yeah, no. I just don't see the Angels in a situation where just strictly pitching, it's brutal. Their rotation is horrible. Aside from Kikuchi, and I like Soriano, and this is kind of like he kind of got to pitch a little more last year, but this really we're gonna really see a full season of him, and I'm excited for that.
Those are a lot of balls, but hopefully you can figure that out.
Exactly, but we've seen that brilliance as
Yeah.
well, where he's put together some really good starts.
He's had some big strikeout games, some
Um,
deep games.
Yeah, so it's good to see that kind of, and he's young. I don't expect him to have a sub-3 in
Yeah.
the first full season. I just want to see improvements or, the stuff looking good, which I feel like I'm seeing both,
Yeah.
which I can't complain. But yeah, so that would be my Angels
All right.
dream, I
All right.
guess.
Well, we have two teams. I don't know if necessarily they're going to be buyers or sellers because they're in the hunt either way. but we have two teams that have been on unbelievable runs. I believe I don't know if the Brewers won today, but I do believe that the loss last night snapped the Brewers 11-game win streak.
Yeah, that would have if they lost last night.
And then the Blue Jays have won something insane, like 18 out of the last 20 or something like that.
Brewers only won 10-2 today.
Oh, okay. So we got two teams that are on unbelievable runs. We both said they are probably going to be buyers at the trade deadline. I just want to get your guys' thoughts on something like that, where like a team that was not fringe, they were good, probably going to be a wild card team in the mix, just starts to really catch in. It's interesting in the Brewers situation because they won all those games, but they're still like only one game ahead in the division because they had to catch up to the Cubs.
Right.
Now the Blue Jays had to catch up to the Yankees too, but the benefit the Blue Jays had is they played the Yankees like 8 times and they fucking still knocking them every single time. So I'm interested to get you guys' opinion on both these teams having unbelievable runs, and arguably at the right time too, because this was the time where you're thinking, are we going to buy or are we going to sell? And they were probably on the fence, but because of these runs, they are full-fledged buyers.
Yeah. I'll start with the Brewers because they just beat the crap out of the Dodgers for 2 weeks, and that it was like the most frustrating 6 games to watch because you look at the Brewers and there's nothing exciting about them.
Well,
they're just slapping the ball around. They're running all over the place. They're bunting. They are playing. I was talking to my brother about this. I'm like, they play college baseball. It feels like they're playing a college style of baseball, and it's working so well for them. And it's whatever Pat Murphy's doing over there. I'm pretty sure he was manager of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
They just bought in, and he realizes it. He sees his team. Your best power hitter is probably Christian Yelich, who's not doing too much anymore after all his injuries. And they are out there with Caleb Durbin, Bryce Turang. They're slapping the ball around, and it's working for them. They have a system, and what's really, really helping them out is their pitching.
I was about to say
Absolutely.
Their pitching,
Absolutely.
the way their pitching is, it's like, hey, get us like 3 runs, we'll win this game. Get us 4 runs, we'll probably win this game.
Because
We'll go over it right now. They got Freddie Peralta. They have the Miz, who is a phenom. They just got Brandon Woodruff back. They have like a 3-headed monster. Quentin Priester has been dominant,
solid.
and then Quintana's been their worst pitcher, who anybody would love to have in the back end of the rotation. So they really have like 4 top end guys, especially with the way Woodruff's come back and he's like not giving up runs. He hasn't pitched in 2 years, and he's just back like he never left. The Miz is throwing 97-mile-an-hour sliders. Freddie Peralta's been a guy with like 11 Ks per 9 for 4 straight years. It's ridiculous, and then you just score 3 runs, score 4 runs. That's all you need. And then I was watching McGill close, and he looks unhittable. Get him to the 9th inning.
Nice.
Get him to the 9th inning.
it's not up there.
And
I wish my McGill was unhittable.
and he's throwing 100 straight over the top and just
Wait, is it the
dotting.
same guy?
No,
brothers.
Trevor
No,
McGill
okay.
and Tyler
Okay,
McGill.
I
are
was like,
brothers.
wait.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Because I was
They're
like, he's
brothers.
still in the Mets,
Yeah, he's
right?
still
I
in
thought
Trevor
he was-
McGill.
He's
And
hurt, but okay.
it's a crazy thing, and it just feels like it's gonna keep succeeding, and they're gonna keep winning. And unfortunately for them, the Cubs are also really good, so they could end up being a wild card team, right? But they have a formula in place. They're playing that college style of baseball where it's they get a guy on, bunt him over, steal a base, sack fly. There's one. Now let's do it again a couple innings later. Get a guy on, steal second, sack fly, squeeze. He comes in to score. All right, cool. Freddie Peralta finished 6 innings, 10
So
Ks,
boring,
right?
dude.
It's boring.
Hit a ball 800 feet.
And I hated it. I hated watching the Dodgers play, and they just could not stop it. They couldn't stop it. So, I mean, that's just because I watched them play for 2 weeks. That's my take on them.
So I do have a question about the Brewers. Do you think that something like that is sustainable into October too? And the only thing I worry about is obviously 162 is a lot of games.
Yeah.
A lot of people argue too many, right? Do you think playing like that, I know they're all young,
Yeah.
which helps, but playing like that and eating up so much energy throughout the entire season, is it still realistic to play like that in October when you've played 170 games and you're in like the DS or the CS and everybody's dead tired?
I think that's when teams play like that the most. I think once you get to
Well,
playoffs is when
I know,
it's
but
like...
also those teams haven't been playing like that. I'm saying.
So the Brewers will be more built for that. I think that they're going to be more prepared. They're going to understand what to do, and I think it's better for them in playoff situation.
I'm just saying like tiredness. Like I'm saying
Yeah,
like
I
they'd be
get
more tired. Like I
burnt
noticed
out.
that, yeah, burnt out almost like I know none of us watch basketball, but the whole knock on the Knicks was the fact that all their starters played all the time.
yeah.
And then when it came to the postseason, they were all tired.
Yeah.
And that's when all their injuries came and all that. And I'm not obviously there's less running in baseball than there is
Yeah.
basketball. But
Still worries.
I'm just worried. Yeah, exactly. And there's significantly more travel. You're playing so many games. I'm not saying that the Brewers are going to go into the DS and then forget how to play baseball.
Yeah.
I'm just curious on like when you get to the DS or CS, are more people going to get caught stealing? Is the step going to be just a little slower? Now it does help, like I said, that they're all 20 to 25 years old.
I was literally
But-
just about to say that they have like 2 guys over 30.
Exactly.
Like their team is so young.
Hey, and don't sleep
Yeah.
on Yelich. She's got 15 bags.
Hey,
he's good.
And
Stop.
he's leading their team in homers with 19. So that's
Kind of cool.
their superstar.
Is Jackson Curio? Does he?
He's
have-
at like 15, I
15?
think. He's more of a speed guy.
He's at
yeah.
18.
18. Oh, good for Churio.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. What about the Jays? The Jays are interesting because I don't watch much Toronto,
Uh-huh.
but they just seem like I look at their team and they got some good help from youth. We were talking about Addison. Is it
Barger.
Got good help from him this year,
Yeah.
but they seem like they have just a solid team all the way around. I mean, I know Bo isn't having an insane year like
Some
people
of
say
a solid
back
year.
to back. He's
I think
having
he's,
a
I
good
think
year.
he's catching fire as of late. I think he's been doing a lot better.
He's
Yeah.
doing a lot better. And then you obviously have Vladdy and George Springer's decided that he's going to be
Yeah.
unbelievable for this stretch
And
as
I
well.
really think that's the thing that's kind of helped them kick up.
Is George or
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, we talked about Bo not having a great year last year. And I think just the combination of them two and Vladdy is just so steady. You know, he's so solid. And then even Barger, it's like you have 3 guys right there who were way probably below your expectations for them. And now they're exceeding probably what you would have ever thought you'd get from them. Obviously, maybe not Bo, but yeah, like Springer, who, dude, he was white hot going
it was
like it was
there was
absurd.
like 2 weeks where he hit like 500.
Yeah, it's absurd. And I think you said it best. They just are a group of guys that are just so solid, and it's almost a weird feeling because that's the feeling I get with the Tigers, but I feel a little better about the Blue Jays right now.
They're all older. I
Maybe
personally
that's
think
why.
that they're
Maybe
all
that's why.
like so.
Now obviously I like the Tigers probably pitching more.
Yeah.
And their bullpen. But as far as like lineup, I really just see them maybe trying to add to the rotation.
Yeah.
Personally.
I
They
think
definitely
they'd have
have.
to.
They seem like a
Because-
team that needs pitching.
Yeah, like, you know, I know you say you don't trust Gosman. I feel pretty good about him.
I hate to say it. I don't trust Scherzer.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's the most like suspect.
but it's
pitcher
like
they
you
have,
get him to
yeah.
the postseason.
Yeah, he's gonna be a
Who
different
knows?
beast. Yeah.
Is Gosman
Um,
having a good year? I could have sworn I looked at his
Who?
numbers. He wasn't.
Gosman, he's coming off a pretty good start. He's got a 4 ERA. He's
it's
pretty much
not-
been around there all year.
yeah, it's not top of the rotation, but it's like they're not going out there and losing you games. Now Barrios has kind of been either or,
And he's done that his whole career.
but that's kind of so. You know, I would say maybe for them to get someone that's steady. I know you said probably like a Mitch Keller.
Mitch Keller,
could be
yeah.
a good who. I mean, he's having a good year. For the Pirates, but you know, I could see, like I said, I feel like the Gallon fit where I know that he would kind of be looked at as an ace-ish,
Yeah.
but I don't think he would start like a game 1 for them.
No.
I would say that's 100% Gosman.
No, I don't. I personally don't think Gosman would be their game one.
Who would their game 1 be?
you hate
Bassett.
Gosman.
I said he's not going to.
I think Gosman would be their game 1.
I think he would be. Bassett would be a strong
Bassett has
2
been
for
so
me.
good.
He'd be a strong 2, but even then, what, Gallon has like a 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I like that for them.
And you only have 4 starters in the playoffs, really.
Yeah.
And also their bullpen, they certainly don't need a closer because Hoffman's been really good.
Yeah, Hoffman's been
He had been shaky, and then he's gotten better. But I mean, you know, it's the bullpen. You can
Everybody
I
needs
was about to
bullpen.
say,
never,
Yeah,
you can
everybody's
never say no to another arm.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and some closers are shaky. Like, what would you say? Maybe there's 5 or 6 closers in the MLB where when they toe the rubber every single time, it's like a surprise that they blew a save.
mm,
I think it's more than you think.
yeah, there's probably more, but
But the Dodgers don't have one.
But also
That's-
guys that are available,
Suarez-
that's a different
well,
story.
that's
yeah.
the problem.
That's a different
like
story.
Suarez,
I was gonna say Suarez is somebody I would trust. Hater somebody you
Hader.
trust.
Class A,
Obviously Duran.
Yeah,
Actually,
Duran, somebody you trust.
Duran, Diaz.
I think we're closer to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Still, that's only a third of the
1/3 of the
league, yeah.
league. So
Yeah.
and all those teams, by the way, are good.
And that's what I'm saying. So like the buying part would be the tough part.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, obviously he didn't do it today, but maybe like a Griffin Jacks who's not a closer, but he's got the numbers.
Well, could you see someone like I know we were talking Pirates? Could you see like Bednar? You didn't.
Bednar, I
or-
think, is a great. I'm surprised we didn't talk about him earlier. He's a great trade person.
I think so.
Great person because he had his struggles last year. His struggles started the year. They sent him down, and ever since he's come back up, he's been one of the top relief pitchers in baseball again. So
Well, also everybody forgets he's still cooking down there in AAA, but the Dodgers do have a closer. They just need to decide to bring him up when they want to bring him up.
Alexis.
I think they just did bring him up.
Oh, there you go.
I
mean-
mean, when Tanner Scott got hurt, I think they brought him up for that.
I mean,
Let's not forget that Alexis.
He also
Diaz
has
is
like a
gonna
9 ERA in
He's gonna-
AAA this year.
He's going to remember how to close games when he's pitching for the Dodgers. So this is how it is.
We'll see. They need help, but not. I think their last like 10 games, their bullpen has like 15 walks per 9 or something ridiculous. They're walking.
Dodgers?
Sound like the-
They're walking so many people.
Sound like the Mets.
hey, get Vesia in there at closer.
Wow.
He's their best reliever.
He came in
That-
after.
by the way, I don't know.
He is their best reliever right now. He came in today after Yates walked the bases loaded, and I felt so bad because it went fielder's choice, and then Harrison Bader chopped one over his head. So fielder's choice with bases loaded, so run scored,
Yeah.
and then Harrison Bader chopped one over his head, and they couldn't throw him out at first, and so he blew the save and was in line for the loss because Kirby Yates came in and walked the bases loaded.
Wow.
And he didn't give a ball out of the infield.
Oh, would he blow the save?
say,
would
you
you
get the loss?
I don't.
He wouldn't get the loss, but he'd
Oh.
blow the save because they
he
said that
didn't-
Edwin Diaz blew the save in the All
He
Star.
would get the blown save.
Oh, even though
Because
he started
Robert,
with a guy.
even though he started with two guys. Oh, it was not.
But Vesia is, in my opinion, their best bullpen guy right now, for sure.
Yeah. And by the way, real quick,
I
we'll
wouldn't feel
end,
good about that.
we'll end this episode with I don't know why Vesia pisses me off so much.
He looks like Johnny.
Well, that's not why. That's not. It's like I just don't know why Alex Vesia just pisses me off.
See, I love watching Vesia pitch. He's got a weird kind of like the way he pitches is weird mechanics.
It's
and
so
then he is
unorthodox.
just so amped up every single time
but
he
I like
pitches. He
amped
is
up guys.
so
so I just
amped
don't
up.
know why. Like
I think it's the way he pitches. He's kind of like he's got a weird. He's
He was like a
unorthodox.
93 or 2. Like,
He gets up there. No, not really. He gets like 94 maybe.
I don't think I've
He
ever
gets
seen
to,
him
like-
throw harder than
He gets to like 94, and he's got one of the best fastballs. And yeah,
Auto's the last thing.
but he gets a ton of strikeouts. It makes no sense.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I wanna say is-
93.
They were talking. I forgot who it was. It was on the Angels, but they were surprised this dude hit 90. And I was like, that guy shouldn't be in the bullpen.
probably. In the bullpen.
Oh, in the bullpen?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's probably Tyler Anderson for this.
Yeah, I was going to say Tyler Anderson.
No.
I think he hit 90 the other day, and they were like, oh, nice.
So maybe it was Tyler Anderson, but they were like, this guy's throwing 90. He's throwing heat. I was like,
That's bad.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
don't know.
Anderson or Hendricks.
Hendricks.
oh, it might have been
cannot
Hendricks.
throw
It
90.
might have been Hendricks.
If Hendricks hit 90 again,
I think he hit it. I think he actually hit like
think
90.
TA is throwing faster
I think
than
he
you
hit
right now.
90.4 or something. Like that. They were like, it's so close to 91. Like, I was like, okay, guys. But maybe they should sell. But I think that's it, right, guys?
yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, we can check in next week and have a better idea. There'll be a couple moves. We can see how we did, kind of predicting. I know we kind of just spat out a bunch of trades, but see if we got any of these right. But I think that's pretty much it for us.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Tune in next week.